Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
Wow. I can't believe that. It suddenly dawned on me as it went, oh, shut your mouth, that we hadn't agreed what we were going to do. And I'm like, I'll just wave. I'll just casually have a wave.
I
And
just
we
wanted
both
to
went
wave.
with it. That's incredible.
Welcome in everybody to this, the 123rd episode of Don't Get Me Started. 1, 2, 3. Wait, I did a 4. 1, 2. It's not easy to do that because your fingers go up at the same time. 5 time. Welcome in everybody. I've seen so many of you wonderful, lovely people. Even Harley is here for that 123rd episode.
Are you putting him on a separate list to all the lovely people?
We need to put him on a separate list.
It sounded like you were then.
Put him on a list.
All the lovely people and Harley.
Oh man, ABG's here, Darren's here.
Welcome back, Darren. Haven't seen you in a while. Good going.
Really good to see you. I saw him obviously when I met him up in in Bedford.
But I didn't, so
no.
So his absence has been noted as far as I'm concerned.
He comes up a lot whenever someone writes in a kind of agony with Alex, and it's always kind of like outrageous. It's like I can't think of anything ridiculous. I mooned at a duck the other day and then fell into a pond. And I'm like, was that Darren?
Did Darren write this?
Did Darren write this?
Yeah. It's all very Darren.
I was scooting down the high street with my dick out. Is that Darren? Is that Darren? Could be Darren.
This slander won't stand. You'll hear from my lawyer. What are they going to take us for? My Pepsi?
Take us for everything we got.
That's literally all I've got. It's not slander if it's true. Well,
yeah, I love that. That's one of my favourite lines.
Never has there been a truer statement. From
Hello,
Harmston.
Hello, everybody. I've seen various people in. I can see that Dr. Fruitbat is here, and obviously Darren and Harley and Will has given us 123 bits, and I saw.
Did you say the number, or is he just guessing?
I said 100. I said
you did, didn't you? Because then you did the finger thing and
I fucked it up. Yeah. Saw Fourth Pandas in. A whole bunch of you are in here, and I'm really pleased to see you all.
You are all very, very welcome. It's good
to
see you.
People who are here lurking or watch it at another point don't know. I'm Alex, and this is Jez, and that's us basically. And we talk nonsense for 2 hours, and then we go away again.
That is it.
Yeah.
We should probably put that on the tagline. We talk nonsense for 2 hours and then we fuck off again.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, and yes, the eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed that I have a naked face.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
My face is naked. It is very weird. It's the first time that I have been that I properly clean shaved since my wedding day 8 years ago.
Wow.
I don't clean shave because this is the result. And I don't like it.
Now that you if you get rid of your hair, do you lose certain powers? Like Samson in the Bible, he cut his hair off and then he stops being strong anymore.
I've definitely lost a power.
Yeah.
The power to cover my fat neck with hair. It's a power that I'm lacking right now.
You should probably explain why it is what happened, because this is all to do with what happened.
It was
Saturday.
deliberate. It wasn't oh fuck, I accidentally took a razor to my entire face in a neat fashion. No, on Saturday, it was Karis's birthday party, and we gathered for a role-playing game, a murder mystery role-playing game. And my part was that of a 20s to 50s, it's a long time period, go with it, Italian gangster. And it called for a pencil mustache.
A real spiv look.
So I read the assignment and I engaged with the assignment and went all in.
So good.
And I shaved everything except for a pencil mustache, put the hat on, got the sunglasses, black shirt, nice kind of suity kind of look, white tie. I even had a red pocket square to put in my pocket. And I took it out of my, trouser pocket, went to fold it to put it in my breast pocket to find that I had no breast pocket and that I'd wasted my time.
You just dropped it onto the floor.
I was like, right, that's back in there then. Yeah.
And you didn't keep the moustache, says Harmston.
I didn't, because as stupid as I look with no facial hair, I look even stupider with just a slug on my lip.
You looked perfect for the part, but I would have stopped you if you'd have gone, do you know what? I'm going to go with this.
Yeah, I think I probably would have been stopped from dropping my child off at school as well if I had kept the mustache. They'd be like, no, you are not welcome here, sir.
You should have, but if you'd have
Not with
worn the
that
whole
mustache.
thing,
If I'd have worn the whole thing, then maybe. Yeah.
Well, there might be a picture of it. There was a picture of all of us in costume.
There was, yeah.
So
yeah.
you might get to see that.
I think
at some
Aletha
point.
was stealth taking photos throughout the night.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I hope she did anyway, because that's the thing I always forget in these kind of gatherings is to take photographs.
We were
which is
so
a shame, really.
We were so into the murder mystery that we were all like really concentrating the whole time. So I had no thought to picking up a phone and just like, doing that shit.
Yeah, it was the 50s. We didn't have camera phones.
No. We did have sexism, though.
We did have a lot of sexism.
We were just outrageous. We're just like, we're not really like that, really.
Certain members of us really leaned into the sexism. And I'm not saying that casting aspersions on him. It wasn't either of us. It was people you would least expect.
It was other kids
that know some of the people that we hang around with. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much clean-shaven Jez looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Do you know what? I don't see it, but I don't see it myself.
He's just calling me fat.
I see.
That's all he's doing.
I see.
Yeah.
Sexism brings out the best of us. Aletha.
Suggest something to put in the seat. Darren. He may well see a C in the way he's going, but yes.
Yeah.
There will be C for sure. Will Darren go in it? Watch this space.
So many things to talk about today. Confessions, controversial opinions. Am I the arseholes? We've got several good "Am I the Arseholes?" I feel so strongly about it. We'll see how that goes at the end of the night. But we might see how that feels because
prime TikTok territory for sure. Yeah.
And if you are enjoying that sort of stuff, you can find it all on TikTok and check it out because we've been putting up quite a lot, and I'm really proud of the stuff that's coming out. Appreciate you all here live to see it live because being here live is
the end goal.
Is the goal, and you could have been anywhere in the world right now, and you elected to stay at home, but tune in with us, and that's very important. Thank you very much.
Shall we progress?
Yeah, let's hit a button.
Okay, checks.
You should probably hit the buttons this week.
I think that's probably a good idea. Not that I can see any of them, as
that is the right one.
We've tightly packed the tripods, and I can't see a fucking thing right now. So I could press random buttons in the same way that you did, but. Here is the first button.
I'm really looking very closely at it. Okay. It's correct.
Excellent. In that case, I will lead off and say that it's time for our first segment of the night. It's Confessions. This is your confession!
Yeah. I don't know
what is Confessions, Alex?
What are confessions? People... the world over have elected to confess their sins, sometimes to a priest, Jeremy, in one of the Catholic sacraments of confession. Yeah. But I dare say those confessions...
That's the rookie way of confessing.
That's the shit way.
The best way to confess is to us.
Yes.
Using our totally not at all ripped off line.
Yes.
That starts off all the confessions.
P.S. In the real world of confessions, if you were to go to a Catholic church and confess your sins...
there would be some kind of penance.
Correct.
Wouldn't there? Yeah.
We never dish out penance.
We don't. We should.
We should dish out penance.
That's the problem with it being anonymous is we don't know who it is. And
they'll just have to do it.
And whether the penance works or not. But yeah, we did say when we originally conceived this segment that there would be penance and that people would have to send in video of them doing the penance.
Since we started this, and obviously if you really went to a Catholic church, you have to say, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been X time since my last confession," which tends, much like taking a book out from the library and not giving it back for like 20 years, it feels a bit shit when you go in and you say, "It has been 20 years since my last confession." It's like, I have a list of shit I've done wrong. But I'm not a big fan of the sacrament of confession or church, really.
No.
But what I was driving towards is that I said I'm really glad that my brother and my father don't know about this section because I think my dad affected especially, but my brother as well.
Well, your brother's on Facebook, right?
Yeah, and he's seen it.
He's
seen Pickle Lane toy car, and he sent me a message that just said Pickle Lane toy car. And I was like, "Have you seen?" Oh my God! He said, "How did he know he was a Tory?" I said, "I don't know, Stephen." But so Stephen's seen it.
Led with that. That bodes well for your relationship and your place in heaven or something.
Question: how did your Facebook likes suddenly go through the roof?
The reels, like they've taken off. Like, go and look at the amount of views that some of our Am I the Arseholes and the others have got. Pickle Lane Toy Car especially went nuts as well.
There's one that was really... It was the boyfriend who...
The gaslighty boyfriend.
The gaslighty boyfriend. We... I know I say something like that, the hallmark of a gaslighter or something like that, and
people really liked that line.
We were
really
very
leaned into that. We came across as wonderful people,
really nice people.
Like, yes.
Hey, how did they not know?
Ass.
we fooled them
all.
It was me, Austin. But anyway, because they didn't come onto this, they don't know what terrible cunts we are. So they, we're just doing it to get likes.
Unless they're here now.
Welcome in.
Hiding in. Yeah.
But what I would say is sometimes things just go bonkers. The debaptized went bonkers.
Yes.
On TikTok. I can't remember the one on Instagram that went bonkers.
The controversial opinion about Fahrenheit went nuts on Instagram.
But like, I got a message saying like we had 300 people following us. This is a milestone. Tell everyone. So I just went up and...
and I saw that as well. And then you messaged me like later in that day or the next day to say, "Have you seen the Facebook kicking off?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Like we're on like 400 or something like that." No,
it's 1,000.
It's over 1,000.
Yeah.
What?
Like, this is not millions. We recognise humbly our things we're trying to do here, but it's really exciting,
it's all
so we love it. It is all progress. So all I can say to that is, I don't know how it works, Tamsin, but we
just keep throwing shit at the wall and
just keep doing
hope it sticks.
And
so far, it's sticking. Our walls are becoming very shitty.
They are. I think we knew that the baptized one was going to do well. Though, yeah, I think.
Yeah, but not that well.
It's
like there are better Am I the Arseholes, but the religious element, America went nuts on. So
this stream is like the Hotel California. So too late, bitches. So true. So anyway, yes. Confessions.
Where have you hidden yours? You've lost it.
I've hidden it underneath this stuff.
There we go.
I'll put it on there and then I'll come back to that when I get rid of it. So how do you want to order this?
You need to go first. But what I will say is if you would like to submit a confession, if you have a sin that you need to let us know that you have sinned, then you can do so by marking !confess in the chat. And there's a little form that MJ Harmston has set up.
You can fill it out.
There it is. Thank you, Will. You can fill it out.
People confess to us here, or we find the confessions elsewhere. Some people feel the need, Jeremy, to unburden themselves.
I've had people come up to me on the street and just tell me their problems.
Blurt there.
That's the thing with being so popular on Facebook now. I'm like a minor, a major local celebrity. So yeah, people just...
I would like nothing more than to be somewhere random and someone come up to me and go blah at me or whatever it is, like whatever my thing. I only say blah because Harmstone does it all the time, but I'd be like...
Oh, shut your mouth!
If someone comes up to me and tells me that, I will just be like, well...
Would you like my autograph?
We finally made it. Okay. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. I chucked a remote to my wife as she asked me to pass it, and I accidentally hit her square in the bridge of the nose and couldn't stop laughing at her pain. Do you know what, mate? I mean, it is funny, but like the way you finish that up. So I couldn't stop laughing at her. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing at her and her pain. Have you ever accidentally hurt your wife? That sounds like a weirder thing.
Yeah, there may be something to this one, Alex.
Oh, was this you?
It might be me. Yeah. Do you know what makes a great noise?
Is it
an Amazon Fire Stick remote
and
the bridge of my wife's nose? Bonk.
So was this recent?
Last weekend or the weekend before? It's very recent. Yeah. It's it's a today I fucked up. As in, it didn't happen today, but it's happened recently. Yeah.
But like for some reason, I mean, and I don't mean this nastily about Keris, but her face does attract objects to be thrown at it.
And she can't catch for shit, so it was her own fault.
I would love to see a montage of Keris's life of like stuff just hit donk, 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 and like when she hit herself in her face with her own phone.
Yes.
Recently.
Yeah, she threw her own phone in her face, so I think I'm okay actually.
You were just thinking it was cool and wanted to join in,
doing what she was doing.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tried to just like casually but quickly yeet the remote over to her, and straight in the nose. right between the eyes, right where it really makes your eyes water.
Do you know when you're with someone and you accidentally hurt your other half? There's nothing worse. Well, in that, in some regards, like there's nothing you can do.
I don't think I engaged with sympathy in any way. I think I did just laugh.
I mean, that is kind of funny. But like one time, I think there are times when I've been in bed with a girl and I've tried to put my arms. It's night. It's dark. I can't see her, and I want to kind of put my arm around her. And unbeknownst to me, she's kind of cuddling in, and then I elbow her in the face.
That happens all the time.
That must be a move that a lot of people
yeah
end up pulling off.
Especially because women are generally shorter than men, and so their heads are always at like shoulder elbow level.
Do you know there's probably abusive guys around? It's like, well, it's just like the heads at elbow level. I didn't do anything.
I'm just swinging my arms in bed. If she happens to put her face in the way, that's her problem, isn't it?
Don't doubt there are some people out there who are just like, yeah, well, that's it. If she wants to stumble onto my knuckle dusters, what is it? What's the world coming to?
But yeah, I felt slightly bad, but I also laughed my ass off. Yeah.
Welcome in, Ali.
Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. My mum used to pack me those little round cheese snacks covered in red wax for school lunches. Just say Baby Bell, mate.
Baby Bell.
Don't be a dick. I would always try to eat a bit of the wax on the sly so no one would see. 15 years later, I still do it whenever I eat one. I actually think I prefer the wax to the actual cheese.
Shut up. You actually... This is you again, Jeff.
It's not me, no. I would definitely not eat the wax. When we were eating that cheese the other day at the party, and both you and Captain Brilliant were just like cutting a bit of brie and eating it with that like kind of covering on the outside. Stop it!
What, the edge of the brie?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know, the rind?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I love that you're doing this.
Cut it off.
Oh, I would never do that, but I don't know if I hadn't. I had the orange swirly one, but I might have had some, I guess. I just love cheese.
Yeah, I saw you do it.
Oh, did I? I probably wasn't really thinking.
Not as much as Captain Brilliant, and certainly not as fast as Captain Brilliant. It was like, boosh, boosh, oosh, and it was gone. But yeah, definitely guilty.
I don't remember that, but
guilty.
I would do it. I just don't remember doing it that night because I had the swirly one. I like that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There's a good cheese. Good choice of cheeses. That was the least sincere welcome I've ever had on Twitch. What, me saying hi, Ali?
Hi, Ali.
Hi, Ali. I just didn't want to get into it with you. We were doing something.
Yeah.
The stream does not stop and start at your convenience, Ali.
But you are very welcome, Ali. It's good to see you.
You're super welcome.
And I say that genuinely, despite the tone of my voice.
I welcome you.
Yes, Harmstone, we saw it. We were getting to it. Jesus Christ, he's impatient. Captain Brilliant. There, I said it. You happy now?
You're supposed to eat brie rind. You're not supposed to eat wax.
Don't eat any of it. Just eat the actual cheese. Top tip.
I don't know why people are eating the wax.
Yeah.
But what did he say? Or she say? Like, I sometimes... It's like it's a sly kind of... when you lick the spoon when you're just being... And it's like, oh, I shouldn't.
Like as a kid, I would always try to eat a bit of the wax on the sly. Like
who's judging you on your packed lunch at school?
All the children, probably. I used to get judged for merely having a packed lunch.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a status symbol. Like, if you have a packed lunch, like, you're poor. But it's like...
No.
Just didn't like any of the food.
At school, when I was at primary school, we had a packed lunch because then you got nice shit. And school dinners were shit and horrible. And everyone that had school dinners was basically being given shit. And I got to have wheat crunchies and amazing sandwiches.
That's the thing. I was mega fussy and didn't like a lot of stuff as a kid. And the whole idea that it was a poor thing. It's like, no, packed lunches can be quite expensive. Depends on what you have. Really. Yeah. But yeah, there you go.
But by the way, right, there was never a debate. My mum didn't say to me one day, "You're going to school. You're 5 now. You're going to school," and I go, "Uh-huh." She goes, "Do you want hot school dinners or do you want me to do a packed lunch?" There was no discussion like that. I just ate packed lunches the entire time through primary school.
See, I have not had that debate with my 5-year-old, but the other way around. Like, I'm sure she would like a packed lunch, but she can fucking eat the school dinners because they're free.
Kids eat weird things, though. I used to eat my rulers and pens. Really, Tamsin? Mind you, I think my friend used to like just crack off bits of the edge of a ruler, and he would just like nibble it.
What's wrong with these people?
I don't know. I dreamt I went back to school the other day.
Chewing like pen lids and stuff as well, probably. No. No. I used to sell my packed lunch to buy cigarettes and cider.
Ali, I want that to be true so much.
Fair play. When I got to like year 11 and sixth form, my packed lunch was rarely eaten because I'd go and buy pasties at the bakery in town. And I'd be like, do I want my sandwich? Yeah, maybe on the bus home. Maybe. Yeah.
Hannah would love cute lunch in a cute lunchbox. She watched too much YouTube. That's right. You see these people who do this kind of like rice balls, and then they put like little panda ears on them, and a little panda nose, and little kind of cucumber ears, and all that.
Bread, meat, bread, cut, box.
Like a little bento box, a very Japanese way of putting this cute shit together. But you do that once, it's like Elf on the Shelf. You never turn, but you never go back. No. You can never go like after you've done one panda face with little rice balls.
I'm certainly not going to do a fucking panda. Fuck pandas, they're shit.
Yeah. You know? Ain't nobody got time for that. No, we're not doing that.
No chance.
Alex had sandwiches cut in cube shapes like they do on YouTube. I
mean, when the staff do it, they've got the time, haven't
they? They have, so, and that's the point of having staff.
Yeah.
What was your favourite chocolate part of your packed lunch? Do you know what?
I didn't have chocolate in my packed lunch.
I did.
I had tracker bars. That's what
I
always had.
Yeah.
Aletha's worst nightmare, obviously. But yeah. And if it was the chocolate chip tracker, I'd be like, no, can I have the other one? The plain one, the caramelly one. Like, it's much nicer.
I had sometimes I'd have a Kit Kat, but often I'd have a Trio. I don't know if you guys ever knew a Trio. It's quite an 80s chocolate bar, and I don't know if they do them anymore. Or a Viscount, again, an 80s chocolate
Oh, I had a Viscount every now and again. Actually.
Like a little mint chocolate disc. But the Trio is chocolate and kind of toffee.
Trio.
See, we aren't that far apart. That's good. Trio. I want a Trio and I want one now. And I'm like, I don't
think I ever ate one, but I did see the commercials.
They are so good. The Trio is one of the best ones. I had a Trio, sandwiches, crisps, and a drink, and a Trio and wheat crunchies. Everything that Rochford's, which was my old shop down the road, still there. Rochford's is still there. All from Rochford's.
Where he bought his porn from as well when he
no
when he got a little bit older.
No, I had to go up to Dinash, the shop up the road, to get the porn.
Oh, I see.
Rochford's
couldn't have the local people knowing about the porn.
No, they didn't sell any. They were a real wholesome newsagent. That might have changed, but at the time they sold no porn.
I mean, do they make porn in paper form nowadays? Can you?
I think they still do, because there's a place up Tontine Street that definitely sells it.
Oh, really?
Because when I'm in the area.
You sure they don't just sell DVDs and stuff now?
I mean, I have to say,
even DVDs are a bit antique now.
It's been a couple of years since I've had to go in that, but sometimes you'll be on that street for some reason and you need to pick up some milk, like on your way somewhere. I don't know why you'd be on Tontine Street at that point, but then I've gone in there and I've had a look around because someone's ringing something up, and you're like, fucking hell, do they still sell fucking Razzle? But so yeah, but Rochford's has always been run at that. Mr. Rochford, who's dead now, always ran a clean shop, and you couldn't get porn of any type. So
there you go.
Try as I might, but also, even if they did sell it, I could not abide the idea that my dad would find out, because like we bought our newspapers.
Mr. Rochford would grass you.
Yeah, Mr. Rochford would be like, Mr. Borton, did you know your son's buying Razzle? And he'd be like, no, I had no idea, which is how my dad speaks.
Also, what is Razzle?
I think my dad would. I don't know. My dad probably does know what Razzle is. What's Razzle? Is that a pornographic magazine? Alex,
is it some kind of crisp similar to Frazzles?
My dad's quite softly
Are you trying
spoken.
to say Frazzles?
Are you trying to say it's okay if Alex buys Frazzles? We give him pocket
money. We're not
money.
Jewish. He can have the bacon.
have the Frazzle. No, sir. Razzle.
He's looking at the other kind of bacon. Did you two go to school together? No. I went to school in Wales.
I was in England.
Very different countries.
They are. Yes.
Although you could look at the weather that we've been having recently and think you live in Wales. Just fucking wet and cold and miserable all the fucking time, apart from for 10 minutes in the morning when it's a heat wave. Make that one make sense.
I had a timeout, a truly naughty little number. I'm trying to think of what somebody else.
Clubs I liked.
I had a club.
Clubs were the only advert-based like chocolate bar that I actually liked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of all of the classic adverts. Like, Milky Way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Red car and the blue car had a
We
race.
never had a Milky Way, really. It wasn't a Milky Way kind of
Didn't
place.
Like Milky Way. What other adverts were there for chocolates?
I don't know, but Milky Way was a classic advert.
The red car and the blue car had a race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rocky Bar was sensational. Yeah, it was. It was kind of not a thing when I was at primary school, so it wasn't for me.
Keris loves a Rocky.
But I do love it. I do. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit,
if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club.
It was a good advert. The
80s
had an amazing amount, and 80s into 90s had a great amount.
How are we
going
to follow this wonderful opening line? I don't know. Go up an octave. All right, then.
If you like
a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club. Tunnocks caramel. Now that's a top tier quality thing. I don't know if we're like confessing our love for chocolate here, but we have been derailed a little bit.
I love that though.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. We can all.
Yeah, chocolates are good, especially if they've got biscuit or wafers in them. That's my take. Jeremy strikes me as a blue ribbon man. You're goddamn right.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan. I mean, I'd eat them, but I don't go, oh my god, blue ribbons.
I only like a little bit of chocolate. You see, I'm not a big chocolate fan.
They're very wafery, aren't they? They're big wafer.
They're mostly wafer, and then it's the chocolate on the outside. So anything that's just chocolate on the outside, I'm a big fan of. So yeah, club,
that is something.
Blue ribbons, Tunnocks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
for when you're all buying me chocolate and things and sending it in for the 24-hour stream to keep me awake.
Keep the sugar in the energy rush.
Exactly what to get me.
Which is on the 27th and 28th of May.
Checks notes, didn't write it down. Gonna say, yeah, probably.
Random noises being made over in my kitchen. Very strange.
I think Margaret farted. If you like a little bit of chocolate on your biscuit,
have a blue ribbon. Listen. I think packed lunches are amazing. I don't remember this. What did you read? What were you reading? That
I can't remember how we got to that. Oh yeah, the wax on the cheese.
Yeah. Do you know? I never got to take a Baby Bell to school. I don't think. No.
Were it not for the Baby Bell adverts, I wouldn't have even known they existed. Do you remember the Baby Bell adverts?
No, did they roll along?
They bounced along and you had to try and catch them. I'm like, this seems like a lot of effort just to have some cheese.
And not a lot of cheese either.
No, just take a block of cheese.
Yeah.
It doesn't run away from you because it's square. Right? And by, the law of cavemen and stuff, only the wheels roll, not the blocks. So yes. I'll have a block of cheese. Thank you very much.
Welcome in, Yo Father, and thank you very much for subscribing. Good to see you.
And for farting in the corner, apparently. And welcome in, Invasion at Mikey. Good to see you.
We are in the segment we call Confessions, and we just got derailed into talking about your favourite chocolate bar. So, Invasion at Mikey, if you had a particularly favourite chocolate bar you had with your packed lunch at school, do let us know. Just saying I love a trio. I hope they still do them. I want one now, which is what they say.
Trio.
I want a trio and I want one now. I want one now.
Well, tough.
I want some umbongo.
Umbongo you can probably have. I don't think you can have a trio.
Find me a trio. Find me one. Don't make me go back in time. I will.
I want it now.
I want tomorrow. You get no trio, sir. Good day, sir. Anyway, am I reading this?
Yes.
Don't take away my breakaway. Actually, I bloody loved the breakaway. There was something about there's quite a biscuity thing. I really thought the breakaway had a really nice taste to it.
The chocolate was really thick and hard though, and I couldn't get on board with that.
It's like Kiora. I'd like Kiora. I like Kiora.
I prefer Rita Ora.
Me too.
If we're choosing between them, I'll take Rita Ora any day.
Adverts in the 80s were so good, and I had a real love of singing, as I still do, and I loved adverts. So I just sit in front of adverts as a kid, just learning all the jingles, and I just sing them all the
There
time.
aren't enough jingles anymore.
We
There
don't
really
do
aren't.
jingles.
No,
There's no jingles.
Yeah, like I know that Two and a Half Men, the sitcom, is quite controversial now because of Charlie Sheen being Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
And Angus Jones being a bit crazy and apparently was, exploited all the way through it. But the best part of Two and a Half Men was Charlie Harper writing jingles on his piano.
I didn't watch enough of
Oh
it. So
man,
I
loved it. Oh, Shikuru. Oh, Shikuru, my, he's a demon samurai. Dun, 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 dun. Who's the man who has to die? Oh, Shikuru. That's the best one.
I came up with a Yeovil Town chant, which isn't a jingle, but it was for the football club Yeovil Town to the tune of the Banana Boat song. So it was like, Yeovil, Yeovil, Yeovil Town gonna score some goals. And by the way, Yeovil Town aren't a particularly good team.
Or anywhere near here.
Well, yeah, but it was. I guess you could have gone Dover Town gonna score some goals. Now that I think about it, which is closer.
Yeah,
but it was because it was
the same tune as the trio advert.
It is.
They're all that, aren't they?
It is the same thing. Yeovil, and it goes 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goal, 4. Yeovil Town gonna score some goals, and I would love to go to Yeovil and try and get that chant going.
It'd take a few attempts, I think, because people would need to catch the tune. But
I could send it to their fan club and say, "Can we get this on board?" I don't need to go there. I wouldn't want to go there.
How would a DGMS jingle go? Fuck, Shed Store isn't jingly enough.
I don't know.
It's just fine, thank you.
We'll have to work on a jingle for the DGMS.
There it is. If you like a lot of ranting in your podcast, shut your mouth. And there it is. Nailed in one.
Good.
Thank you, Tamsin.
Mike, I do remember a United. I really quite like the United. That didn't happen. I didn't get a lot of that, but when I got one, and I was very lucky to have it. Basically, chocolate bars are great, and I want one.
And so are adverts and jingles.
Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. Interviewing for new starts at work. Pretty close call between two candidates. Didn't give the job to the one with face tattoos.
Oh.
Not at all sorry. They should have thought about that when they got fucking tattoos on their face. What did they expect?
That's not how I thought that was going to go.
What did you think it was going to be?
I thought it would be... It came down to a choice between two people, and I gave it to the one with the massive juggos.
I thought that's what it was going to be as well.
Yeah. I was ready to approve it. I'm like, oh, no, you're just picking on people with tattoos, face tattoos. Oh, that's not as fun.
No, but it is not unexpected.
No.
I mean...
we do live in a prejudiced society.
I'm surprised it got sifted down to those two, because there evidently must have been enough to sift to two. So that's a bit shitty, really, because it's like, yeah, okay, I'm down with your face tattoos. I'm down with your face tattoos until it gets to something at the very last.
But I'm not actually going to give you the job.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll entertain you so far, but...
It's probably they went, just listen, like, we can't be prejudiced and not give the face tattoo guy a chance. So let's let him get through for a bit, but ultimately kick him out at the end.
Yeah. There's still a lot of the kind of tattoo stigma around, which is stupid, really. But I did finally somehow find a wholesome thing on Facebook a while ago. There's a dude in Folkestone who has a bunch of face tattoos, and he's out and about a lot. And it was just a random kind of Facebook group where one cunt went on there, was like, just past this dude with loads of fucking tattoos all over his face, like, what a cunt, blah blah blah. And it was just then a flood of people in the comments going, actually, that's like, insert name, Steve, and he's lovely, you're the cunt, go fuck yourself. And it was great.
Yes.
Facebook came through once.
Do you know, it depends, I guess, what the job's doing, because if it's like an Excel job and you just sit on a computer all day long and never see anybody, who do you care whether we got
what job
would
disqualify you because you've got face tattoos? Like, what can't you do because you've got face tattoos?
I think some people, I mean, it's not me. I mean, if I was running a business, it's a very broad church and everyone can come in. But I'm just saying, if someone has a front-facing...
Unless it says, like, fuck you cunt on it or something. Like, That's probably not okay.
Imagine if it had 666 and a pentagram, and you wanted to work in a church or something like that. And it's like, we don't think.
Okay, that one's probably not going to work.
I mean, I went in an extreme example. In fairness, there.
Yeah,
but like
to make sandwiches at Subway, who gives a fuck if they've got a unicorn on their cheek?
People
honestly.
get very, scared of tattooed faced people, and I think maybe if it was a forward-facing thing, maybe someone would go for someone. I just think they might go for someone else, and maybe in the interview.
Oh, they definitely would. I'm not saying that this doesn't happen. I'm saying that it's stupid. Get over yourselves.
Do you know what? At immigration. Oh my god!
Did you not let anyone into the country if they had a face tattoo?
I don't think I ever saw a person with a face tattoo, but we were told we weren't allowed to have face tattoos. They updated our terms and conditions for what we were allowed to have, and we're not allowed to have any visible tattoos, I think. And
all these stupid rules in various civil service
but
jobs.
I think they might have specifically said you're not allowed to have face tattoos. And then this person, who was a bit of a dickhead anyway, said, "Are you telling me I can't have a swastika tattooed on my forehead? Are you telling me I can't?" And I'm like, I shouldn't have to tell you. I shouldn't have to tell you.
You've probably used the wrong example there.
This is not the right... Oh my god, it was like... I think even Captain Brilliant remembers this one, because I think he was on the bus at the same time this one was like, "You meaning to tell me that I can't have..." And I'm like, come on, what was it going to be? Is it going to be a rainbow? No.
Well, all I can say is in 2023, good luck in your tribunal.
Yes. I mean, by the way, we never gave some penance to do for your
throwing a remote at Karis's face.
Yeah. I don't really know that. I mean, if anything, I think Karis should have to do penance for having such a throwable at face. I think she needs to hide her face in a cardboard box for half an hour whilst you throw things at it.
Hey, this sounds great.
That seems reasonable, doesn't it?
I think so.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. It is decided.
Make 3 Bloody Marys. Yes, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
The penance is make Alex a martini.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. This one might be you, actually. I'm not sure. I often go for a quiet solo pint in my local Wetherspoons. Because everyone I know has boycotted them, so there's no chance of running into someone I know.
I mean...
It's pretty genius.
That is excellent.
Actually.
Why haven't you boycotted them too? But I do like the ideas. Everyone they know has boycotted them. Good for them. And you've gone like, I'm not going to run into anybody. If you want a quiet pint, why don't you stay the fuck at home? But maybe you want to go out, I suppose. Yeah. So you're like saying, all my friends boycott it, and I need a place where I'm not going to see them because my friends, they can be a bit much.
They're extra.
They are extra. So, going to fucking Wetherspoons. It's also cheap, so there's that.
Yeah, I'm not sure this works because while your friends might not be there, there are still plenty of dickheads.
Oh,
there.
There's even more dickheads.
Yeah.
People you don't like.
Dickheads that are not your friends. And yeah. And you can't just tell to shut the fuck up like you can your own friends.
That's true.
I tell you to shut the fuck up all the time.
You do. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Who knows? But this person's confession is that they go to Wetherspoons.
For the quiet.
That person should be tattooed on the face. I go to Wetherspoons, and it's just go along like that. Shame. It's
a bit like the Twitter blue mark. If you've got a blue mark on Twitter now, it's like, shame. Everyone knows you pay for Twitter.
Oh, really? Is it paid for in order to get that now? Oh, yeah. Fucking Twitter. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. There was a really obnoxious bully of a 6-year-old in the sandpit at the park. She was picking on other kids, and I'm not sharing the communal and not sharing the communal sand toys. So I buried one of her shoes. I'm 37 and a teacher.
Good for you, man.
That was a really obnoxious bully, and you buried one of her shoes.
That's top tier teachering, that is. A lesson was learned this day.
Not the lesson that was scheduled or planned.
Why were you in a sand pit?
Burying a shoe.
That's where I go when I want to bury a shoe.
I know an old lady who buried a shoe.
I don't know why she buried a shoe. Perhaps she'll die. Is that how it goes?
Yes. That's a really obnoxious bully. That's what we should be doing with bullies. You know, when people say, "What do we do with bullies?" and everyone goes, "Stand up to them." And sometimes the answer should be,
Bury their shoe.
Take their shoe off and bury it. That's the end of mine.
That is the end of mine. That was the last one.
That was the last confession. If you want to do a confession, you can confess to us now if you feel like it.
Not that I'm going to open the spreadsheet now. That'll come next week. I will read any confessions that you have submitted between now and next week and decide which one is Darren and make him like run naked around the block or something as a penance. I don't know.
The worst lesson our parents taught us was that ignoring bullies makes them go away.
Yeah, it does not.
Yeah, as might have been recorded in this stream before, I got into a fight with a bully because the advice my brother had given me was to punch him. And I did, and he never bothered me again. So I guess there is that, effectively. But something else I read today, something like, yeah, it was a similar thing that I read that today, a similar thing to people saying, like, we were taught to kind of take the high road, you know, well, you know, you feel that way, take the high road, which basically means allow people to carry on doing that bullshit. Maybe we should have been taught to call cunts on their cuntitude all the time. And there's a cunt that I know, he really annoys us. We're going to see him soon, and nobody knows how to deal with the cunt. And he's not a fighty cunt, he's just a condescending cunt. And no one quite knows how to deal with the cunt. I don't know what to do. So anyway,
I find calling them a cunt normally does the job.
Yeah, maybe I should try that. Mate, stop being a cunt. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm coming down. Yeah, but if I
But we know how to deal with you.
Yeah.
Which put you in the sea. Yeah. That's been a long time coming. Speaking of which, accidentally neatly segued into our next segment. Are you ready to make some splooshies?
Yes!
Excellent. Let's put things in the sea.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
I see you found your sofa legs. Finally, after all these years.
Got a bit sofa sick, sorry.
I'm looking at the Am I the Arsehole I'll have to do a bit later. And
you're very excited?
Shit, yes. Get in the Sea is the segment where we have had enough of some fucking shit and we put it in the sea straight away. And you were invited also to suggest ideas to put in the sea, and then we might. I see that we haven't seen James 31 for a bit. Do you think we told him to fuck off too many times and he actually wanted to in the end? I hope not.
I don't know.
I think he was.
I don't think we told him to fuck off any more than we tell anyone else on this stream to fuck off.
No, can I just tell you all to fuck off?
Yeah, it's a blanket fuck off from us.
And so you don't feel like.
But it's an endearing fuck off.
I mean it.
Yeah.
Sincerely.
Yeah.
You know.
It's from the heart.
Yes.
Yeah. There's only one submission for the sea from the people.
This is my submission.
And it's Darren.
What's it? Darren.
No, Darren is the suggestion. It's not from Darren. He is the suggestion.
Can we hear the case against Darren, please? Because I don't. Who was it that suggested
it? Was Harmstone that suggested it, and the case was that he called me the Marshmallow Man.
Why would that be something that would prod Harmstone to doing it? Surely
I don't know. That it seems he's jumped to my defence, and I don't.
This
I
is
don't quite
very
understand
curious.
It is strange. Yeah. Okay. Karis is just.
I was just being nice.
Cutting people out of her life here. Suggest something to put in the sea. People who faint at the thought of blood.
Well, I'm thinking about blood now.
Have you fainted?
I don't believe so.
Then you're safe from the sea as far as Karis is concerned. People who faint at the thought of blood.
Where's this something? What's happened?
Yeah, there's a story here, isn't there? Yeah.
I fainted, as I've said before on this stream, on a farm, on Brockhill Park Farm, because it was very smelly, environment.
It was visceral.
It was, yes, and it was tough, and there was blood there, but it wasn't the blood that caused. It was the stench Jeremy. But
Yeah. I don't bleed very well. It's not so much the sight of blood, but if there is a lot of blood leaving my body, and I don't mean enough to actually like knock you out.
oh yeah,
But just watching blood leave my body makes me go "Bleh." And I can't like give blood or have blood samples or anything without lying down
right.
because I just go.
May have knocked a pupil out today with a remote, Keris, says Tamsin. This is my submission, and it is checks a figure 4 leg lock, a classic submission. Maybe we should have a different
Move 1, armbar.
flipping armbar. I'm a fan of the sharpshooter, Jeremy.
I was a fan of the sharpshooter. Now every motherfucker does it.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, that's not because there was a point when like nobody really did it.
No, it was just Bret Hart and Sting,
Yeah.
and then The Rock started doing
I was gonna
it.
say, did The Rock? I saw
Rock
The Rock
started
doing it
doing it.
because he'd be like, he got this face, this rock face, where he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he would do. Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about human diseases, says Karis, and he walked out to leave the class. That's how you do that, and did an epic fainting.
How old was this student? Because like walking out to leave the class is something presumably you do when you're an upper. Because like kids just stay in class, right? Unless I guess they felt really sick. I don't know, but
I may have said gonorrhea too many times. Yeah, I'm with you there. Like, get a grip. You could be squeamish at actual stuff,
what a little
but
wuss.
not just talking about it. That's lame.
15, 16, 74, 75. Yeah. I guess they went out because they were thinking, I've got to get out of here before I faint, and then just fainted and fell into the door or something. You know?
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to faint, the best thing you can do is just sit on the floor or just lie down.
Just if you've got you're already in a seat.
Well, not in a science lab, they're not. They're on those high stool things.
Oh shit! Do they still do
That's
that?
a long way down.
I've forgotten where we are at the moment, but is this is Keris's people who faint at the thought of blood?
Yes.
I don't know if I know I want to put them in the sea.
No. I might just have to be, insulting and
The fire blanket.
insulting and sexist and tell them to man up.
Don't let Duncan hear you say that.
Hear me, Duncan? Man up. Sort it
Actually,
out.
he has a proper seat. Just stay in his seat, man.
Yeah.
Just have a seat.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
It's not far to fall then. There you go.
We didn't wrap this up, but I before we do so, I don't think there's any reason. I don't want to put Darren in the sea. I don't want to put Darren in the sea.
I mean, I want to, but I'm not going to.
I think
my
Darren-
judgment has prevailed.
I think Darren is what's the word I'm looking for? Is always money, and I don't want him in the
water
sea.
soluble. Is that what you're looking for? You don't want him to melt.
No, I just like Darren is a stalwart and of the primetime streamer network insofar as I don't want to see him go in the sea.
Fair enough.
Oh, I think Darren needs to be protected. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He firmly believes this. He's okay, by the way. Oh, well, we didn't care.
Put them in the sea. We all have blood. You'd be dead without it. Get a grip. I don't believe it's something people are thinking. Do you know what? I bloody hate blood. Even the blood in my body. I hate it so much. I'm going to, they don't think, I think this is not a thing they've thought through. It is a reaction their body is giving them. So I don't think it's fair to, I'm sure they didn't want to faint. They didn't go, do you know what?
Let's get Darren a dinghy. Yeah, I mean, he can be out there patrolling. That seems like a Darren job. And
Someone
then he's
needs to patrol.
sea adjacent. Make sure that people don't go back out. Yeah. I have something to put in the sea this week.
Yes!
And it may need Harmstone to check I haven't done so already, because this regularly fucks me off.
Oh, wow. So it might already be in there.
It might already be in there, but I'm not convinced that I put it in there. People, right? I hate when people are walking towards a pedestrian crossing. They push the button.
Okay.
And then they cross the road anyway without waiting for the light to turn green. And it fucks up all the lights at all the junctions. And you're sat there in your car, like, I could have been going now.
Looking at nothing.
But some cunt pushed the button and they're fucking 300 yards down the road already.
It is.
Arseholes.
It happens
all
a lot.
Of them. It happens a lot. It is mostly children, and I'm like, I have to hold back the will to just roll down my window and say, "Don't press the fucking button, you little cunt!"
I try my very best not to do this, but it does happen sometimes where I'll go to the thing and cars are coming along. I'm like, bloody hell, loads of traffic. We better press the button. And press the button. And the traffic I saw, which passes in that interim,
Evaporates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happens with me. It's just like, oh, shit, there's loads of people. Let's press the button and stop them. They go, vroom, 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 vroom. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not just going to stand here. So then I leave and then it stops someone else. So that's what happens to me.
And then I beep you and call you a cunt.
Yeah. And I can't then say, yeah, but... So I just kind of,
I get that. There's traffic. I
Sorry.
press the button, then there's no traffic. So what? I should just stand there holding my dick? Yes. You will wait for the fucking light.
Oh, Alex just said it, whatever. But I'm glad we had the same thought,
No, you wait. You push the button, you wait for the light.
What, even
regardless.
you're telling me?
I don't care. You wait for the
I
light.
can't agree.
Don't press the fucking button then.
But like, I've had to press a button.
Cross without the button like a fucking
If I
grown
get hit
up.
by a car.
You know the green cross code. Look right, look left, look right again. Fucking walk. Don't need the button. You're a grown-ass fucking man. Don't press the fucking button.
The button is so seductive, Jeremy. I want to press it. I want to press it now. I want to leave this house, go down the road and press the button.
If you really, really have to press the button,
Yes.
then distract yourself with the little spinny knob underneath it for blind people, because that's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like instead of looking at the traffic, just push the button, close your eyes and hold the thing and wait for it to spin. And when it spins, you know that you can cross the road. And then you won't know if the cars have cleared away and all that kind of shit.
I frequently...
There you go, life hack. And your father, button pressing cunt.
I frequently distract myself with the spinny knob, which we've got hanging out as per his comment. Well, so the flashy thing is telling us what? There's no... What's the flashy thing you were just talking about?
Underneath, you know where you push the button, the actual like box.
Yeah.
And it says wait on it, which is what you should be fucking doing. Wait. Underneath it, there's a little like knob, for lack of a better term. When the pedestrian crossing light is red, it's still, and when it's green, it spins. It's so that blind people know when to cross because they can't see the light, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not flashy. It's spinny.
It's spinny. Right.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to say the thing about looking at a knob, and I only vaguely caught what you were saying and thought about flashy things. Because anyway, it doesn't really matter.
You're a flasher.
Look, when you need to cross the road, just run. That's advice I gave to Alex McNeese's sister. Because we wanted to keep playing football and she needed to be walked home because she was too young at the time to cross the road and we were on the polo ground.
Just run and don't stop.
And he didn't.
Keep running.
And he had the ball, so if he went, the game ended. So I was like, let's go home on your own. She's like, I'm 5. And it's just like, I said, listen.
Why are you here in the first place then?
Because she come with McNeese to hang out because we're all hang out together.
Fucking
so he
siblings.
needs to go back with her. And I said, don't you know the green cross code? And she said, no, what is it? And I said, if you want to cross the road, just run. And she was like, okay. And McNeese is like, no.
And then she died.
Yeah, she's dead now. But we kept playing football.
That's the main thing.
That was important.
That's key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had another good 10 minutes before the light failed anyway. So you're saying, if we go back to it, I think it was Tamsinaki confession. Sometimes I press the button even when there is no traffic to be seen.
You're the worst.
I don't think I do that.
You are absolutely the worst.
The TikTok with this anecdote.
I'll edit it right now, he says.
I will press the button when there is traffic, but if the traffic evaporates, I will walk. And then behind me, I'll hear it beep, and I'll look over my shoulder, and someone will be stopped, and I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single shit. This is what middle fingers was made for, just this moment. But I have been stopped there, and part of me is just like, well...
You should only push the button at a pedestrian crossing as a last resort, or if you have a child with you. That's who they're for. They're for children. They're not for grown-ups. You know how to cross the road. And if the road's too busy for you to cross, Don't cross the road. Go home and get in your
you
car
know
like
what?
a normal fucking adult.
I'm convinced. I often, and especially the one over by Sainsbury's, which was up near here,
I hate that one so much.
I cross the road without pressing the button. That one, because I'm like, I can see this fucking thing. I can walk. I've got eyes.
It's even got an island in the middle. You can do it in 2 stages.
Oh, I think we might be thinking of something different. There's one a little bit up part, but yes, I mean that bit there. If you can scoot across that front bit and get,
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Oh yeah, there is one a bit further up, isn't there? That's closer to Tesco, isn't it? By the sandwich place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need a fucking crossing there.
No. Tell you the place you need a crossing. Oh my god, this is so local. But there's a bit round the corner just down here by the Yamaha bike garage, and it forks left and
Yeah,
forks
that
right.
probably does need a
That's
crossing.
a pain in the ass. But
I mean,
like,
there is one. It's
further
just further
down.
down, and people
Yeah.
are lazy pricks, and they can't be asked to walk a little bit
I wanna
further.
walk down there.
Which is further proof that people are cunts and that they should cross the road
So,
without buttons.
listen, we've heard a lot about this, but it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It only matters what you think,
Yeah.
Jeremy, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you'd love to hear that.
And yeah, everyone agrees with me anyway because they always do.
I'm
And,
with you.
People who push the buttons at pedestrian crossings and then cross anyway. Get in the fucking sea.
It's such a good one. It's such a good one. There must be you just when you think there aren't any left. There are.
Yes, it's a suggestion from Son of Rachel. This kind of has been covered by blanket splooshing. Cyclists who preach about being equal road users but run red lights like an Olympic sprinter.
I have a real issue with this, actually.
I absolutely do, yes. I think the time of the cyclist has passed. Frankly.
Just started me coughing. So sorry. I think the time of the cyclist has passed. Your time has come and gone, cyclist.
Show me the lie.
Fuck you, planet Earth.
No, if you want to cycle, do it not on the roads. Roads are for cars.
But we were always told not to cycle on the pavement.
I know.
Where are they going to cycle?
I think that has to change.
They do have cycle lanes. They can go in that.
Not enough of them. I think cyclists should be back on the pavement because nobody walks anywhere.
I hate
They're all too
cyclists on
busy
the
pressing
pavement.
buttons and then standing in the middle of the road.
The other day, I was walking back from the train station to here, and some guy was like right behind me, like kind of bring, like trying to get past me on the pavement. I'm on the pavement. Get on the road. And like people are trying to get around, and I'm just like, what are you doing? We were told, and we were like, 9, 10, and we had bikes. We were biking around the area where we lived. Like we bike on the pavements because like they didn't really want us on the road because we were like 8 or 9 years old. And then like locals would be just like, if you want to ride your bike, go to the park. And then like, we'll ride it in the road and blah. And like where anyway.
Pray tell, how will I get to the park with my bike without using the road or the pavement?
We were taught not to ride on the pavement, so we rode on the roads and just like. But the other day I was in Brighton and someone in front of me, I'm pretty sure it was this. Was it just? No, it was like a Deliveroo driver. I was going to say, although this has happened to me before, someone was in front of me as a Deliveroo driver, and it was red, and we were all sitting there at the red light. We're like, waiting. And then the Deliveroo driver just went, fuck off, and just drove. And I'm like, and I leant on my horn because I didn't know what else to do. I was just like, I want to tell you, like my brain went like this, like, fuck
There
off.
has been an injustice.
Yeah,
I must inform someone.
Just honestly, I was just like, I'm fucked off with this. Is there a method in my car? I say, reaching for cup holders and like, club bars and various other things I have in my car,
Club bars.
Just like, looking all winding down the window. And I'm like, no, I know what it is. It's the fucking. Oh, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, but to my point, yes, wouldn't it be nice if the infrastructure existed for cyclists to use cycle lanes and get about in all their cycle lanes? But it doesn't. So therefore, you should just give up on your bike and buy a car. An electric one if you are earth conscious.
Right.
But largely, get off your bike, you cunt.
What this started with, because I don't entirely agree with you, but what I do agree with you and agree with you going to is Harley's point that I was going down to church because I'm a good church.
Take me to church.
My car was taking me to church. I was going down to play guitar with my dad down at church in Hythe, and on my way there was a cycling race or whatever. Like, there were loads of cyclists on the road that day, and there were loads of kind of things showing you the route. So they're clearly doing a cycling route trip race thing.
Race is probably the term.
Yeah, maybe they are. They didn't feel like they were racing. It just felt like that was an
That's because
organised.
they're on bikes. They're all pretty fucking slow.
So they're just going back and forth. And like there was, and on the way to Hythe, there was temporary traffic lights, and it says temporary traffic lights. Wait here when light shows red. We've all seen it, and we all stopped and waited there. And the bike went, nah, I'm not gonna. And I was like looking, going, what are you fucking doing? You are not immune to this. You are not immune to this. If you are saying I'm on the road and I have the same... Because you see loads of videos on TikTok of some guy cuts up a bike and the bike falls over and everyone's like, this is an injustice. I can't believe they're doing it. I'm like, yeah, right. You shouldn't knock someone off. You shouldn't knock anybody off. But at the same time...
I like how you've noticed that I have accidentally curated the DGMS TikTok to be just all like road videos.
Road stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
Even I wait. Sorry, but this is Dr. Fruit, but I wait even when crossing lights go off with no one there. Wow. Yeah. Well, I do too.
Well, hopefully
we all
that
do.
won't happen anymore now that atrocious activity is in the
Yeah.
scene.
If it's red in front of me, I stop and I wait.
The Tour de Cunts.
Tour de cunts. Honestly, I've seen it so many times. I'm with Harley so much. I'm in support of biking around, and you should have the space when they shouldn't be worried or close cars cutting them up.
But do you know what would fix that problem? Making the fucking roads in this shitty country better.
Yes!
There isn't enough room for cyclists and cars because our roads are from 1940.
Meet me in the middle here. Not in the middle of the road, we'll all crash. But meet me in the middle
That's
here.
where we have to drive because everybody is parked on the fucking left and the right of the road. And so we're all driving down the middle of the road like dickheads. What a shitty country we live in.
We
honestly.
do. It's fucking terrible. Let's leave it. I won't be a cunt to you on the road if you don't be a cunt to me on the road or be a cunt in general.
Cannot make this promise.
I'm just saying, I won't. Why? The rules. This comes from my bit of comedy I wanted to write called The Rules Don't Apply. I was trying to write something called The Rules Don't Apply to Me, which is all about times when other people in the world feel that the rules don't apply to them when they like go on yellow. I remember going to Disneyland Paris, and there were signs everywhere saying, don't get selfie stick. Don't take a selfie stick. No selfie sticks. At the door, when you get in, at the buying the ticket, as you go in, on every fucking lamppost in the Magic Kingdom, it says, no fucking selfie sticks. And as soon as the fucking fireworks go off, there's like 1,000 selfie sticks. Like, did you not see the fucking sign? Don't pretend you didn't see the sign. I don't have a fucking selfie stick. Why? Because I'm obeying the rules. But for some reason, the rules don't apply to you.
Yeah, that sign wasn't for me. It was for the other guy.
Yeah, right. That sign wasn't. And the red light, it wasn't for me as the cyclist. It was for you guys. The rules don't apply to me. So if I could get an hour out of the rules don't apply to me. If you have a particular rules don't apply to me, please send it my way.
Day out of the rules don't.
The rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
The rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Oh, God, I hate everybody.
Yeah, double parking can fuck off. It's not even double parking.
Oh,
it's
double
the design,
parking.
It's the design of our roads where they've actually put parking bays along the side of the roads, and the roads are too thin because, again, they were built in the 1940s when we haven't improved the infrastructure since fucking World War II, when there were like 3 cars on the entire road network in the whole country.
Like, yeah, no, this is true.
Have we put this country in the sea yet? Well, no, but that's a fucking stellar idea, Dr. Fruitbat.
Run through the crowd, slapping them out the air. Like, that same trip to Disneyland, like, obviously I didn't do what I want to do because...
Just take a drone across with a giant fucking electromagnet, just sucking them all up like, woo, free phones.
We all complain about this, and only sometimes in our lives do we feel moved to say, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And I can't remember, I was talking to Duncan the other day about stuff, and I remember... Maybe I've changed or chilled or whatever. I don't know.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, it seems unlikely. But there are times in my life when I was younger when I said things that perhaps were ill-advised. And now I feel I didn't tell all these selfie stick cunts. I didn't turn around to them and said, what do you think you're fucking doing? What do you think you're fucking doing? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Like that. Because one of them was, French. So I had to say that.
You'd hope there'd be some French people in Paris.
Yeah. But... qu'est-ce que tu fais, motherfucker? But that's, yeah.
But in answer to the question, I'm with you, Harley, and so is Alex.
100%. Stick that fucking shit in the sea fast.
But cyclists in general are already in the sea, so that action, along with their entire existence, is already very damp, and their bikes are rusting away in the sea. But we can do a special sploosh just to commemorate the fact that it's all in the sea. So how about this wavy one? Epitomizes the calm we feel because there are no cyclists around anymore. They're all in the sea.
I just feel like, I have to say, if we're going on this just a little bit longer, I just say cyclists have a very, what's the phrase I'm looking for? A massive chip on their shoulder, and it's because, maybe rightfully so, they get a lot of flack from cunts. But they don't do themselves any favour when they act like a cunt, right? Then you've lost all right.
They're just as bad as the people.
You don't have the high road if you fuck around.
If you're on the road, get off the road.
Don't take any road, high or low.
No roads. Get on the pavement.
Break the law. Break the law.
Breaking the law.
Yeah. I'm one of the few people who think that e-scooters should be allowed in this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah. After my epic razzing around the streets of Munich on a rented e-scooter.
Shit, me, they're good. That's another reason
incredible.
You love Munich.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I really want an e-scooter.
I remember
I want to be able to use it. So what's the point?
I remember when I was in Paris, and it was me and Isabeau, and we saw those for the first time. We saw the scooters, and I was like, "Did you want to get on one of those?" And she
Scoot for the very first time.
And she was like, "I don't know. Won't we like die?" And I'm like, "We probably will. I don't think I really."
Oh, I almost died. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I almost went flat into the back of a car and into a separate bus stop on several occasions.
But then, of course, when we went to Essen a couple of years later, me and Captain Brilliant, he was like, "Let's get on one of these things." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have, my phone's died, so I can't connect to it." He said, "Get on mine." And so we were just like fucking
tandemed.
Yeah, beautiful. We went on the back of it, and like Captain Brilliant was driving the fucking e-scooter, and we were going on the streets of Essen. Oh no, it was Cologne. We were in Cologne, and it was me and him on one, and fucking Owen Choules on another. And then we were going up on this, and there were these two bollards. There was several bollards delineating the edge of the pavement to the road, but they were quite close to each other. And he went between them, and I was like, "Are we okay? Are we okay?"
Breathe in.
Devil may fucking care. Goes pissed up. Brilliant through this thing, and as we were going along, like fucking Bowser slowly overtaking, Owen just comes up on the right hand side. They're fucking brilliant. I do love them.
Throws a shell down.
We got them in Manchester. I saw them in Manchester, and I really wanted to play around with them on Manchester.
Yeah, like the app that I used in Munich, I had a look at, when I got home, I was like, "And where's my nearest e-scooter? Might I check?" And the answer was Birmingham. So they exist there. But yeah.
I think I saw them in Bristol. I've been trying to, and I saw them in Nottingham, because when I was in Nottingham last year before the second event of CP, I was trying to convince Aletha to go on it, and Aletha does want no part of e-scooters.
I do remember suggesting that we use them in Munich, and she was like, "No, I don't think I'm going."
And I'm like, "Get on mine, I'll drive you." And she's like, "Nope.
Okay, enjoy your walk. Me and Alex are off now. See you later."
Honestly, next time we should definitely do that.
We're just gonna ditch her and go.
Yeah,
on
ditch her. I will e-scoot the shit. Well, I can't wait to go to Essen later this year, because it's just going to be e-scooting heaven.
Yeah, and I would like the e-scooter scheme to be expanded to Folkestone. Who have I got to vote for that?
Yes, because we were just talking about that before we started about voting. But if someone promises me
e-scooters in Folkestone, you'll get my vote, buddy.
Even if you're a Tory.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that.
I do. I'll vote for anyone that's going to give me e-scooters in Folkestone. I don't give a fuck. Nazi party giving me e-scooters, I will vote for you. I don't care. Bring me the e-scooters, and bring me them now.
Bring me the e-scooter. Some people.
I want the e.
I want the scooter.
I want the scooter.
Do you know you can get e-scooters? Like, just
buy them.
You
can just buy them, yeah, but you're not allowed to use them.
I know, but people do.
I know they do, but like, I would get arrested immediately, or my e-scooter would be confiscated within 3 seconds of me hitting the road.
And this is where it comes down to the rules don't apply to me, because you're not allowed to buy one. You're not allowed to ride one around Folkestone because you can't get the insurance for it. So you're not insured to ride, just like a driving a car. you're not allowed to ride uninsured, and you can't physically get insurance for these things, so you can't ride them. So people buy them and ride them anyway uninsured, and so the police should stop them, but they don't, because they've got bigger fucking deals to deal with than fucking people on e-scooters. But as a result, you will get caught, and some fucking little scrote will fucking fuck around.
Use it to steal handbags off grannies and
around
shit.
Middleburg Square,
And there will...
because the rules don't apply to them, they only apply to us. And we pay our fucking taxes. When e-scooters for us. E-scooters. E-scooters. E-scooters for taxpayers. That's what I think it should be. Because like if you vote, you get an e-scooter. None of these kind of like 15-year-old e-scooter cunts around Folkestone. You don't get one.
I agree.
I'm with you. We should start the e-scooter.
The e-scooter party.
The e-scooter party. And our only policy is e-scooters in Folkestone.
Yeah.
And it's going to meet resistance, Jeremy, because people don't like them.
That's fine. We'll just run them over. Kidding, not kidding.
Oh, dear. My e-scooting baby is driving me crazy. And that can be like our theme, and we'll walk out to that. And we won't walk out to it. We'll scoot out to it. We pass each other like this on the stage.
Too fast. Oh, fuck. These things are safe.
We scoot to you today for your vote. You know, we scoot round there. By the way,
Go and knock on someone's door, have a chat with them, then get on the e-scooter. Thank you. I bid you good day. 10 yards down the street. Off.
Yeah, next to the next person. But I tell you what, we cover a lot more campaign ground on e-scooters than just by walking.
We'd get around folks in about 10 minutes.
And that's going to get us votes. Think of that. All these Labour guys going around, and they get to like 1,000 houses.
Walking.
We could get, right?
Peasants.
We could get to 5,000 houses, and that's more people hearing our story about e-scooters.
Well, I will scoot 5,000 houses.
Also, here's the thing, right? Everybody that votes, here's the thing. Everybody that votes with an actual polling card, if you come out to our ward and hand in your polling card, you get put into a free prize draw to win an e-scooter.
The campaign wins itself.
This shit is so easy. This shit is so easy.
Do you know what the problem is with all of this?
I can't conceive of a problem.
It involves engaging in politics.
Oh, yeah, and you don't like that. And I don't really like that.
No.
But do it for the e-scooters, Jeremy.
I would do it for the e-scooters.
Someone has to stand up for the e-scooters. The little man, the little vehicle.
The little wheels. They have got little wheels.
Think about it. Everybody wants a big car. No one's there for the e-scooters.
It's true. It's true. Well,
what were we putting in the sea? Have you put them in the sea?
They were already in the sea. I've extra splooshed them.
I'm so happy with this conversation.
Might I make a proposal?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
I'm 100% behind that.
Okay. I thought you might be.
Yeah, you know
I didn't think that would meet much resistance. And that way, we get to keep doing the fun things a bit more. So,
do you want to do the next fun thing on the list, which is like that, right?
Oh yeah. I forgot that one completely. Yeah.
I don't know what you just pointed at.
The time.
Well, that depends on whether you want to do 3, because I could just do 2. I mean, I don't really mind. Did you want to... Oh, I know what I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you the question. Is this the person that you think is not Anna Torv?
Is this not Anna Torv? That's a tripod. I can see very clearly. That's a tripod.
Could you use your memory as well?
Oh.
Is that the person that you think is not Anna Torv?
Oh, I mean, it sounds like Anna Torv, but it's not Anna Torv. That is actually Jane Torv.
Oh, I see. I see. It has Torv in the name.
Yeah. Looking as old now as she did when she was 20.
Bolero to that.
That woman has always aged. Been old. Yeah. No, that is definitely, unfortunately, not Anna Torv.
That is gold medal ice skating champion Jane Torville, presumably
and
holding
a
on
bit
to
of Dean's shoulder.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, well that's not her. So in which case,
close but no Torv.
Yes.
It's not Anna Torv.
Next week, Orville the Goose.
Yeah, I would say we can quite happily fuck everything off and just move straight to that.
Fine by me. I mean, it's now 9:15, and if we did 3, that takes us home. I know that feels like it feels quite short in terms of segments, but
it's still a whole episode. Yeah.
mm-mm.
Now, you're going to give me the mouse, or are you going to fuck this
yes.
up again?
I can do it. Do you want me to try and do it? I want to do it.
Yes. I mean, it was kind of hilarious. We're blasting to conclusion in the segment, if Alex presses the right button, called Am I the Asshole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
I really wanted to do a different one. I love it when the host is like confessions jingle plays. Do 3, do them fast. We're getting in under 10. The decision has been made by the higher ups, and by the higher ups I mean like me and you. That we're gonna do. It's a 2-hour show, 8 till 10. It's a 2-hour show.
Yeah,
we're not fucking your time around. We're not delaying. We're just gonna give you what you want in a tight 2, Tim. Like 2 hours, that is. Go on, give me 2. Do you want to give me 2, Tim?
That's more like your pace, isn't it?
Yeah. Tight 2 hours.
Right. So, are you going to do the third one?
I can.
In which case, you should go first.
Do you want me to read?
Do that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A tight 120.
Eyes down, looking for a full arse.
We got 3 for you tonight. I do hope you enjoy them, and thank you very much for coming. This.
You know, it's a special night when there are 3 Am I the Arseholes for
Just
your delectation.
All I can say is that there's a lot of arseholes around, not just cyclists, but everywhere.
But mostly cyclists.
And they're on the internet. And if you don't know this section and you haven't seen it, it's what all our TikToks are from, really. They're great to read out and so much fun to watch back. And Yo Father, who's in the chat, does a lot of them, does the large part of them. But you've been doing some now, and they look wicked. So, like, between them, they're knocking out these amazing
Yeah, I
things.
looked at his Am I the Arseholes and like, hey, I like this style. I'm going to copy it.
Yes, which is good, mainly from a point of view of being consistent.
Consistency.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. But I'm like, how did he do that?
You
that's how
reverse
do that.
engineered
I reverse
Tom.
engineered his take. I could have just asked him, but you know, he's in a completely different time zone, and I'm not waiting fucking 12 hours for an answer when I'm doing it now.
No.
I want it now.
Don't care how. I want it now.
I want the text to bounce.
Am I the arsehole
Of course you are.
for these wedding rules? Our families gave up on us. There's kind of a lot going on in
I
this
think
title.
you've already got your answer there. If people have given you the empirical evidence of you're the arsehole by getting the fuck out of there.
Already, their families have said yes.
They push the button.
Push the button. Before y'all jump into any conclusions based on the title
Bit late for that.
about how my fiance needs to run away from me and how crazy I am and what a poor man he is for dealing with me. You know, there's a contraction there. And what a poor man he's for dealing with me. Why would you contract at that point?
You can.
You could.
That is short for he is.
It is. I might try that. Since y'all do it to every woman. Man, this reminds me of Fresh Cope. And Ellie. Since y'all do it to every woman, let me clarify that these rules for the wedding were mutually agreed on by both me and my fiance, and many of them were his idea.
I mean, you say that, but I'm not sure I believe you.
How did you get my arsehole? How did I get my arsehole? How did you get my am I the
pulled
arsehole?
down your pants.
How did I
and
get
there
your
it was.
asshole? I'll list each rule and why people, including our families, were against each one.
I mean, rules at a wedding is probably your first problem here.
See how you feel about this. 1. Unplugged ceremony and reception until dinner is over and the dance party starts. That means no phones at all, unless a huge emergency. Though quite how you'd know it was an emergency without having your phone in the first
true,
place.
Yeah.
Is
So what they're saying is keep your phone in your pocket, right? That's the crux of this rule.
yeah, they've said just like no phones at all unless it's a huge emergency. People, I mean, how if you let them keep their phones though? Are you going around at the ceremony going, oh, put that away? Yeah, put that away. You put that away like all fucking day. Because other than that, it's like, don't bring a phone, and that's how can you
Not going to happen.
How can you do that?
I'm out busy that weekend, SARS.
Right. By the way, so many of these wedding things where they do a thing like people will just vote with their fucking feet and stay the fuck at home. I don't give a shit about you that much. People were okay with the ceremony part, but they found the dinner part too much. Many of my parent friends also said that since they're leaving their kids at home, they should be at least granted a little grace to check their phone with their kids' babysitters.
Absolutely.
I said if I made an exception for them, I'd have to make it for everyone, so no. Unplugged means unplugged.
Unplugging from your wedding. Immediately.
Checking with your kids is not an emergency.
It might be. That's the whole point of the checking in.
If something serious happens, you'll know.
How? You won't have my phone.
I won't be able to look. If something serious happens, like they fall down some stairs and then bleed out, you'll know when you return home to find your child dead.
Yes.
But you'll know.
When you go home and the babysitter is arranging a funeral.
Yeah. Which will be an unplugged ceremony and no one's allowed to take that because it's a very solemn affair. Unplugged means get fucked. Nice. I like it.
Fuck shed store.
Number 2, color scheme and strict dress code. All black color scheme and mandatory dresses for women and tuxedos for men. No pants allowed for women. I got reactions for this for 2 reasons. Only 2.
Only 2.
One reason was that my aunt, who's been mourning her dead husband for over 2 years, just got rid of black clothes a couple of months ago and tries to move on and claims wearing black makes her depressive. Another issue was the mandatory dress, as my husband's sister has body dysphoria and hates dresses on her and always wears pants. Again, if we make an exception for 2 people, we'll have to make an exception for everyone.
Mandatory shorts or bust, yeah. I'm surprised.
I think busts are mandatory.
People commented on my naked face. Nobody commented about my naked legs. It's the first shorts of the season, Alex.
It is. It is. You know, spring has sprung, Jeremy. Yeah. Like, imposing a color scheme seems a bit crazy. But, like, some people don't like the way their body looks and they want to be wearing a certain thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's color schemes. Like, everybody has to wear red. Like, that seems reasonable. Red is not that offensive a color. It has no real negative connotations unless you're a bull. But, you know, black
Who let this bull in here?
Sorry, I saw red.
There was a Google, not Google, what am I talking about? Found it on Google. There was a going viral, is what I mean to say, where a bull was running wild in like Salisbury or some shit up country and just...
Much like Hulkamania.
And they... Stay in school. And they had to shoot the bull because the bull was like terrorizing a town, running around. So like, it was the only going viral I thought was any good. But ultimately, it was like going viral.
17 people died as the bull crushed through the town,
Before
and then the bull died.
Yeah.
So everybody died.
Well, the bull went, and eventually the police turned up, and the bull turned its horns on himself, and that's how it ended. As they all do when the police face them down.
A bull suicide by cop.
Put everyone in togas. That would be good. Suffice to say, like, if you've been told what to wear and don't want to wear it, stay at home, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Number 3, bridesmaids' diets. We've ordered the bridesmaids' dresses months in advance, so they'll stay on the weight they are right now. If you're bigger size, do whatever it is in your power to stay big. Just keep on doing what you were doing. Keep eating that pizza.
I mean, that sounds great. You know, I've got no problem with that bit.
If you're skinny, quit fast food for a few months and stay skinny.
Fuck you.
We'll all stay skinny if you just won't eat. Hang out in the coolest bars. If the dresses don't fit you, we're going to have a fucking problem. So stick to your fucking diets. That's not me ad-libbing.
Had you considered a tailor? Just an idea. A week before, just mandatory visit to the tailor for the bridesmaids. Take it out, bring it in. All the pizza they can eat. You know, that kind of thing.
This isn't real. They had an issue with this, claiming I can't police their eating habits, but apparently they can.
Nom, nom. It's the sound of the police.
One of my bridesmaids claims she developed an eating disorder from this rule, but there's no official diagnosis, so I don't know if that's valid.
Is she wearing a massive red flag to her wedding?
Yes,
and why
she is.
isn't her husband running for the hills?
Well, because he's being chased by a bull.
Or no, apparently he was in on it.
My mother-in-law's... oh, no, it's not mother-in-law. I presume it's my maid of honours. My maid of honour's daughter is supposed to be our flower girl, but maid of honour claims she can't do this since the kid will have to stay with a babysitter at a hotel after the ceremony. She lives 4 hours away from me, and where I'll be having my wedding. She's planned on letting her daughter with her mum to save money on babysitters and refuses to bring the kid as a flower girl and leave her at the hotel with a babysitter.
Yeah, well, so you've invited the kid as a flower girl to your ceremony, but you're like, nah, fuck off now. Can't come to the reception. Go fuck yourself.
My in-laws have been against most of our rules from the start.
No shit.
My parents supported us until now, but my mum got so mad that she said our wedding is doomed from the get-go with these dumbass rules. Many people are cancelling on us last minute, and the bridesmaids threaten to drop out. You're getting a very clear mandate from the masses.
There's no ambiguity here. Everybody and their mother and your mother is telling you to fuck off. Maybe, just maybe, you should fuck off.
This is Bridezilla territory. Maybe you should fuck off. The thing is, we all have to say, like, a number of times someone says, listen, I don't want this at my wedding. I don't really want to invite this person to my wedding, but my parents are paying for some of it, so I feel I need to acquiesce, even though I don't really want to. And there's a case to be made to be saying, like, listen, do what you want in this case.
Never acquiesce.
The moment you start, listen, I totally agree. If you start saying things like that, then a lot of things get changed.
Yeah, there's not inviting people, and there's, wanting certain things the way you want them, like flowers and arrangements and food and whatever, but you cannot under any circumstances mandate what other people are going to do at your wedding. It's never going to work. It's not going to happen.
Who are you going to invite in? It's like, I wouldn't, no compromise. But this, you've put this in, and now so people are cancelling on us, everyone hates us, nobody's coming. Are we the arseholes? And their question is, am I the arsehole for these wedding rules?
Well, I don't think we need to dwell on this too much longer, do we?
No.
Love, take a good hard look at yourself, because you are an arsehole.
Correct. I'm going to rip it up and start again.
Rip it up. You got to rip it up.
You're reading the words of a future captured serial killer, so treasure this experience.
As seen on TikTok. Okay.
That's good. That's 9:30.
There you go. Right on time.
Right on time.
Am I the arsehole?
Oh, shit. I look forward to get a Pepsi, but you are the arsehole.
Well, that's an outtake. Am I the arsehole for not looking after my neighbour's dog, even though she looks after my cats? I'm going to stop you there. No? Cats are cool. Dogs are shit. Not the arsehole.
Case closed. Bonk, bonk. You don't want to tell him the whole thing.
Okay. If you insist.
I think you should.
A few weeks ago, I went on vacation for a few days and asked my neighbour if she'd be willing to watch my cats. They're very low maintenance, and she had to check in on them once a day and freshen up their water. They have one of those automatic pet feeders, so she didn't need to prepare food or anything. This is not the first time she's watched them. I usually leave her a bottle of wine and some sort of gift card as a thank you for whenever she watches them. Well, shortly after I got back from vacation, she came by and told me that she's going to go on vacation for a few days as well. And if I'd be able to watch her dog, take him on walks, etc. I told her that while I would love to help, unfortunately I can't look after her dog since it doesn't really fit my time schedule, and I probably wouldn't have time to take him on his 3 walks a day and spend enough time with him. And maybe ask the old couple next door, since they love dogs and would probably have the time to do the dog justice while she's gone. Find justice for the dog.
Hard justice.
She didn't really say anything other than okay thanks and left. She apparently did ask the couple next door, since I've seen them take out the dog while she was gone. I kind of thought that was it. But ever since she went on vacation, she's been giving me weird looks and kind of ignored me. This sounds like an absolute win.
Yeah, you don't get to see her or walk her dog. Welcome in, Wolfie.
So a few days ago, when I ran into her at the mailboxes, I asked her if I did anything wrong and if she'd like to talk about anything.
Oof.
She pretty much told me that she thinks it's a dick move to let me watch her cats and then decline when she needs someone to watch her pet. And that I work from home anyway, so I would have had plenty of time to take her dog on walks, play with him, and so on. Rule 1. I told her that I'm very sorry she's upset, and I feel like watching the dog for a few days and giving my cat some water every day are two different things, and that I can't fit a dog into my busy schedule right now. Even if I work from home, I don't have regular lunch breaks and stuff like that. And also, it's a dog.
Did you add that bit?
I did add that. I'm happy to help her out whenever, just not with taking care of her dog.
This is too much.
Absolutely reasonable. She said she didn't care and that she won't be watching my cats in the future since I'm not being a good neighbour. I told her I'm sorry and tried to explain again, and she just walked away. I have seen her once since, and she didn't even look in my direction. I'm a bit confused here.
I don't think you are.
To be honest, I don't really think I'm an arsehole, since I feel like watching cats versus watching a dog are two very different things.
I agree.
But maybe I'm missing something here. Am I really the arsehole?
Now, I think, actually, that they think, and by they I mean the Reddit masses, think that person is an arsehole.
They do. There's a big red box that says arsehole.
Oh, God, I can't believe I used printer ink on that. I think they are two different things.
They are very different things.
Walking a dog is effort and exhausting, and going around and picking up its shit.
You have to pick up its shit. You have to hang around while it decides which
Throwing a
fucking
ball around.
car it wants to piss on, or whatever the fuck dogs do. I don't know.
When I read that, I thought, no, these are two different things.
Yeah.
I want to be neighborly too, but I kind of say like these things aren't the same. And by the way, I did not presume that we were signing up for a quid pro quo thing where I have to reciprocate. Just because you've done something for me does not mean I will do something for you, although I'm sure I would like to. I'll give it due consideration. But if it means like it's not like I haven't got the time to do it, then I can't do it, you know?
I would be more than willing to directly reciprocate, i.e. you've come in and given my cat some water, I'll pop into your house and give the dog some food. But then taking it out for the walk, picking up its shit, having to be around a dog, it's not for me, mate. So find someone that gives a fuck.
My definition of a good neighbor is a neighbor that leaves me the fuck alone. That's it. It's not the same, but you should maybe not have asked them a favor if you didn't want to do them one.
There is that aspect to it, yeah.
I mean,
you should have known that this was always going to come to an end when she asked to look after your dog and you were going to say no.
Maybe you do look ahead and see that. I don't know if you necessarily would. I mean, I don't have pets, so I haven't really thought about, there are times when I've had to move house and I've asked people to help me move, especially back when I didn't drive, and I'd ask you to help me move at times. And then you asked me to help you move and move stuff around, and I did that. And nobody really wants to help anyone move.
And he did most of the work because I threw out my back. It was great.
But, you do it because that's fair.
It's reciprocal.
Now, the thing that would have prevented me from... that would have been different if I'd have said, oh, actually, I'm on holiday, or actually, I'm away, I can't help you that weekend. That's a different thing. This person saying, I can't do it because I don't have the time is kind of the same thing. It's like, I don't have the time for that, but, maybe the truth is you don't really want to be bothered.
Yeah, just come out with it and say, I don't want to look after your dog. It's a dog.
Hey,
It's
Dom.
the same thing.
Hi, so to wade in, not the arso, but also neither is she. If she just said, fair enough. But giving him the cold shoulder is a bit shitty. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
I'm legally not allowed to be around dogs. I don't want to talk about it.
That's a great way to get over this. Yeah.
Yeah. I think sometimes you're trying to say, is this the same? And you're like, I can't think of a good explanation, but it's just like a good analogy to say, like, you asked me to do this, now I'm having to do this thing, and they don't balance out. But I don't think they're the same.
I don't think they're the
I
same.
don't think they're an arsehole for this.
I don't either. And that is in direct conflict to what the people of Reddit have believed.
I love disagreeing with them, though.
Will in the chat is the voice of the Reddit, and says that they are the arsehole. But
well, can we have a poll? Because I'm happy to go with what they want, or you can just fucking. I mean, it might take a bit of time.
I don't think we need to go with what they think. I think it's very clear, to be honest. Yeah, I'm willing. I think we go with what we think.
Yes, I think.
And what we think in this situation is, my dear, you are not the arsehole.
I agree. Dogs and cats are different things. Oh, there was no more after that.
The cat shits in the box, for example.
You gave me a club, and I asked for a 6-pack of trios. Like, if you gave me a club, I'll give you a club. In fact, I have to say, I have frequently, fairly reasonably often, throughout the time I've known Tamsin, opened my front door to find a package of goodies. And I don't go around to her house and give her packages of goodies back. Sometimes I do, but not as frequently as she does. So maybe there's a case to be made that I'm being a terrible prick to Tamsin.
See, what I tend to do, not just with Tamsin, but in many situations like this, people deliver me nice, wonderful, carefully thought out things, and I will deliver them a bottle of liquor.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And it's, it's not as well thought out and it's not as pretty, but liquor's cool.
It really is. Hey, there was a vote. There you go.
And they agreed with us. There you go. God damn, I've missed you guys. Jez looking great, man. Alex, you'll get there one day, buddy.
Listen, with your support, future, I hope so. I hope so. Thank you very much. And thanks very much for popping in. Yeah, so my friend does this professionally in New York, says Dom. She will look after your pets daily. Cats got less, a lot less. 'Cause cats are easier.
Yeah. The cat looks after itself, apart from you have to clean the shit out of the box. But she didn't even have to do that. Like, the neighbour literally just had to go and give them water. Didn't even have to clean up the shit. So I don't know how they dealt with that, but
I think what it comes down to in this, I know we're like moving on, but like, if you don't have the time to do it, you don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
dogs are high maintenance.
I'd just be like, I can't do it. I haven't got the time. I know you. I'd be like, I know you did that for me, and I hope I can return the favor in the future in another way. But this is not the favor I can do for you. I really mean it. I hope there's something else I can do for you. But I would have given them something from their time anyway. I'd have hopefully, like you said, give them some liquor. Give them some liquor.
I mean, she said she gives them a bottle of wine and some sort of gift card.
Well,
as
there
a
you go.
thank you.
Yeah,
they've been paid for the service.
I have.
Say, no, I don't want the job. Thanks very much.
As a little aside, I forgot I was going to talk about God is great. It says God is great. If I can talk about that. Maybe I'll say...
It'll keep.
Maybe I'll talk about why God is great next week.
Tune in next week on Don't Get Me Started to find out why God is great.
Is God great? Question mark?
That's a very specific time that that Will needs to subscribe. Waiting for the subscription to expire. Waiting for it to expire. 20 to 10. There it is.
What's up, jerkos? Aletha's walking back from presumably from her choir thing.
Break down the walls of Jerko.
Break the walls down. Thank you very much for the bits there, and we'll be giving you some fuck shed store very soon. I should say to all my LARP friends,
to all my adoring fans.
I can see like at least 2 Curious Pastimes LARP types in the chat, and I'll be seeing you very soon because we can't wait to come along, and I'm there on Thursday, so I presume that Rat Freak and Dr. Fruitbat, who will be there, event 1, front and center, I presume. I'll be here I will be there on Thursday, and with any luck, the Teutonian 90s dance party will be go. And we'll all be having a wonderful time, and I do hope to see you on the Thursday.
Thanks for all the hyping, by the way. It's wonderful. Thank you for your kindness. I would like to thank you for taking my advice and that you stopped abbreviating Curious Pastimes.
Oh, what? Say it CP. Did I say Curious Pastimes?
You did
Oh,
every time. Yeah.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, and every time you've spoken to me about it on like Messenger, you've written Curious Pastimes.
That is.
You haven't once abbreviated it. You have taken my advice to the absolute letter, lest you be called a paedophile. I guess it's pretty strong motivation to not say CP.
I have to say, it is unconscious. I haven't even thought about it. I say CP quite a lot.
Influencing him on an unconscious level.
The Venga bus is coming. There might be some poker in the Fear Crew then. Oh, I do like poker. I haven't played poker for ages. That's not the kind of thing you should admit if you're about to go and play
Might
poker.
be some poker in the football club. There's a football club at your live action role play.
There is.
Those things don't seem to mesh very well there, but
Just say no.
that's like
I'm taking it back.
that's like calling it a Hoover instead of a vacuum cleaner.
Like they call a civil penalty.
It's not a Hoover, it's a Dyson.
CP is a civil penalty. Like you won't get immigration guys saying civil penalty all the time. They'll just say CP. It's what you know it from. You guys know it for that. Oh, 100%. Love it.
Hype. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Thank you.
Some anonymous gifts. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, anonymous
Thank you,
gifter.
Bittiers. Thank you, everyone. Much kind.
With 18 minutes to go,
I think we're on good course to finish off. Do you want to get in a little God is great segue?
no, I think we can leave it.
You just keep looking longingly.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Over and looking longingly at God is great.
I was just flipping it, and I don't know why. just a kind of little habit.
If you want to talk about God is great, you should flip it.
Flip it good. Grab
God
that
is
whip.
Love that God.
I do want to talk about it, but I'm not going to do it. We'll talk about it later. It can keep.
Very well.
It's something my dad sent me over email.
Put it in the fridge, freezer if the expiry date is close, and we'll uncover it next
You'll
week.
know if God is great next
Bring it
time.
out to Thor on Tuesday morning. By which I mean defrost, not the God.
God is good. God is great. God is beauty. Praise him. Why is the words that?
I don't think I've ever heard this hymn.
Sing aloud, loud, loud. You know, sing aloud, loud, loud. It's a hymn. God is good. God is great. God is beauty. Praise him. Do 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 do.
They're not called hymns anymore, by the way. They're called thems.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good joke, actually. Pope Alex has a ring to it. You can kiss my ring later.
Thank you, Wolfie. I'd love for people to start calling them thems, but spell it with a Y. That'd be incredible. Thems. Right. Them's good joking. Go on.
Let's do it.
Make a start.
Am I the arsehole?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sorry, I thought it was rhetorical.
Long ago, prophets knew the next line. How about you? Fuck shed store, time to go.
Feet are wrong. Amen.
Feet are wrong, wrong, wrong. Feet are wrong, wrong, wrong. Feet are shit, feet are bad, feet are smelly, fuck them. Do 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 do.
This is definitely Church of Jazz right now.
Church of Jazz. Am I the arsehole for refusing to pay for my gender reveal cupcakes?
What is going on? Hey, if you could tell us, please do. It's almost like we were.
What's going on?
We were keeping really well to time, and we're like, "Hey, fuck that! Let's overrun."
Oh my god! I said, "Hey,
ha, hey." No one knows the words.
That's exactly it. Having a gender reveal party anyway is immediately arsehole territory. I know. It gets better, but like it was like standard. When we saw this one, it's like it has to be said, right?
Gender reveal party in the title. It's in.
I got so many things to say about this, but anyway.
Dun, 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 dun. Reveal that gender.
Do.
Don't pay for your cake.
Like, here's the thing of it, and obviously it's going to get into it, but like, with this whole concept of gender fluidity and the way that works, why is anyone, stamping the gender at that stage anyway? Surely we're now coming
especially
to the
because
point...
gender reveal parties are such a kind of modern phenomenon.
Yes.
They seem to have arrived at the same time, completely at
Doesn't
odds
that-
with each other, and it's a bit. I just don't understand how they came to be.
At the same right, exactly. They're very modern, but at the same time, we're all moving past this idea of assigned genders, and you can be,
Like,
identify.
You may very well have a pink streamer, but they may not identify as
They
a
might-
girl
so-
come later. So
So at some point down the line, surely, I think what should happen is if you have a gender reveal party, the cake should just be cake. And there's just nothing in it. It's like, well, who knows? They'll identify themselves when
damn,
the time
that's a
comes.
great idea. I might have to have another child now.
And everyone goes, I think it's just an excuse to have another party.
Like, invite as many people as possible. Really gather in the troops for a gender reveal party, and then it's literally just a cake.
Yeah.
So what's the gender? I don't know, mate. It's up to them to decide. We'll wait until they're of an age where they can make the determination for themselves, and then we'll know what the gender is. Thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed the cake.
Exactly.
Go get pissed.
Hype train successful. Thank you very much for contributing. And if you did, you're going to get some little emojis or whatever. My gender is carrot cake, says Dom. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking, Jeremy, of having a gender reveal party myself.
For yourself?
Yes, for me. Because you don't know what my gender is, and I might need to announce to you.
I wouldn't want to assume.
No, you shouldn't. But if you want to know, Jeremy, come to my gender reveal party, and you'll all get a cake, and then you'll open it up, and then you're going to find out what it is. I think gender reveal parties should be at any age. So come round to mine, I'll give you a cake, and you'll find out what mine is. And the good thing is, you're going to get a cake. So
there seems to be like a market for cross promotion here. Couldn't you also have like the same people that make cakes for bachelorette and bachelor parties could also cross over with adult gender reveal parties.
Adult gender reveal.
Where you will either get penises on sticks or I don't know, boob cakes. What's
vaginas on sticks?
A vagina on a stick.
What I'm saying is that given that people, and their pronouns and their identification changes, and we understand the situation, you should just have one when you feel you need to update someone.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What's wrong with that?
Or even if you don't want to update anything, you just want to reaffirm your gender. I'm going to have a gender reveal party to confirm to you that last week I identified as male, and this week I still identify as male.
If you come round, it's going to come out and it'll just be blue. And you'll be like, oh, so you're still a guy? And I'm like, yeah. Enjoy the cake.
Surprise.
Just take the cake. Alex's gender is unfortunately poisoned. Enjoy the cake. I think you should have not just gender reveal, but any reveal. Like, stuff like favorite TV show reveal, and you open up the cake and it's just like, the face of like President Bartlett from the West Wing. It's like, oh, you like the West Wing? And I'm like, reveal. You should just reveal anything you want.
COVID test cake. That's what we needed
With
back
cake.
in the pandemic.
Whatever, Alex, just give me the cake. The cake reveal. And you open up the cake and there's another cake inside. It's like, oh my God, was it a cake? I'm like, yeah, that's real meta. Anyway, that's nothing to do with this, but
No, he hasn't read a single thing apart from the title so far.
Okay. I, F22, found out last week my first baby's gender, and it's a little girl. My family are excited about it. I decided to do a small gender reveal over the Easter weekend. I had this planned for Saturday, so a few days before, I asked a small local business if she could please make me 12 cupcakes with pink and blue icing on the top and pink icing in the middle. She agreed.
Spoiler alert, it's a girl.
She agreed and said they'll be ready to collect Friday evening. The plan was to pick the cakes up on Friday, invite friends and family over Saturday, and give my guests a cupcake which would reveal the gender. Listen, we get it. We understand. That bit not required. I only invited a few guests as my apartment is fairly small, and I didn't want to do a large gender reveal anyway. Just something cute and fun. Plus, everyone loves cupcakes.
It's a big assumption to make. Are you assuming my cupcake preference?
So Friday evening came. The small business owner, Claire, gave me her address to collect the cakes from.
Fucking name that bitch.
The thing is, like, why does she need... She gave me her address. I went to the address. It's like, we knew that. You can cut this bit.
We understand how transactions
We don't
work.
need to know this bit.
I paid for the cakes in
No, it
full.
just says it.
I
Said they would
proceeded
cost
to the premises.
£25.
I proceeded to the premises in my car. In order to operate my car, I inserted my key into the ignition and turned it. The car went, it's fucking cold, fuck you. And then eventually it started.
We saw a cyclist on the way. He ignored a red light. I beeped at him. Saying they would cost £25 and they're ready to collect whenever. I drove to her apartment and knocked on the door. She greeted me. Listen. This person is not a storyteller.
I went to her apartment and knocked on the door. Then I noticed the doorbell and rang the doorbell anyway.
I think it's fair to assume Jess would fuck a cupcake. Oh wait, that's sexuality, not gender. My bad. Listen.
I would not fuck a cupcake. I do not want to get a crumb in my bell end.
You know him so well.
My bell end is crumb free, I will have you know.
Crumb free since 93. I drove to her apartment and knocked on the door. She greeted me there with a box of cupcakes, and they looked amazing. They were exactly how I imagined them. Cupcakes with pink and blue icing on them.
It's not...
Moi.
Yeah.
How have you come up with this idea? The colours. So exactly what I specified. The cakes.
I'm trying to work out how this
The
goes
same.
wrong. She ordered the cakes. She's got the cakes. The cakes are as asked.
Well.
Where does...
Well. You see where my thumb is? There's still half a thing
Oh,
there.
fucking God.
It's a bit like the last episode of Picard. They wrapped it up with 20 minutes to go, and then we had 20 minutes of...
Poker.
Yeah, right? They're exactly how I imagined them, and I thanked her for them. She gave me the box, but just as she did, her large pet dog came running up to me, barking.
Oh, of course there's a fucking dog.
Double whammy! Her large pet dog came running up to me, barking, and jumped at me, knocking the box of cupcakes all over the floor.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Claire apologised and shut the dog inside. He was still barking.
Well, it's too fucking late now. Shut your dog inside before you answer the door.
The dog has bolted. The horses... Wait, no, I don't remember. Claire apologised and shut the dog inside. He was still barking and jumping at the door, like dogs do. She said it's because he gets excited when people come and visit. No shit. But he wouldn't have hurt me, as he's friendly. At this point, I didn't know the damage to the cupcakes, as the box landed upside down.
Well, they're fucked then, aren't they?
I picked it up, and the cakes were ruined.
Told you.
The icing had smashed all over the box, and some of the cakes had spilled onto the ground.
Surprise, it's a girl.
I gathered my guests round to look at the floor. Reveal. Claire looked horrified. As I understand, she spent a few hours making them for me. She apologised and said she could remake them for free, but they wouldn't be ready until Sunday. I said, unfortunately, I'm expecting my guest tomorrow, and Sunday is no good, as I already had other plans. I
How
explained...
long does it take to make cupcakes?
Right, by the way,
Fucking sort it out, Claire.
this is not difficult.
Get rid of the dog, make some new cupcakes, and make it fucking snappy.
want to-
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to make myself a ginger reveal. A ginger reveal.
Surprise, I'm ginger.
As I already had other plans. I explained I wouldn't be paying for these cupcakes, as they were inedible and ruined by her dog.
Well, they're still edible. They've just got extra gravel.
We were past the 3-second rule, and I did not want to pick them up. We agreed payment upon receiving the goods, and since I never received them, I wouldn't be paying. Listen, I don't think you need to get technical on this.
The
I
cakes
don't-
are fucked. You can't use them.
Yeah, they are not
Fine, don't
cakes.
pay.
Yeah, you don't... Well, technically we agreed I would receive... You don't have to go all fucking Law and Order on her.
Make the dog pay.
She said I should still pay,
No.
as she had to buy ingredients for the cakes, and the costs of the eggs has gone up, meaning she would be out of pocket.
Take it up with Slobberpooch in the back.
I said if she had control of her dog, then they wouldn't have been dropped. And I'm sorry, but again,
Testify.
I wouldn't be paying. I got in my car and ran over the dog.
Yeah!
Fuck shed store. I got in the car and left without the cupcakes.
I left them on the floor.
I threw them on the ground. What am I, a charity case? It wouldn't be fair. And I got in my car, left without the cupcakes. I still had some guests attend on Saturday. I announced the gender in person, like a normal person, like we always have done in the past.
I gathered all the people around and told them, it doesn't matter what gender my child is. You'll love it anyway.
In person, rather than with some cupcakes. But it was still nice spending time with friends and family. My family were all happy. But my
If only there was some kind of gathering for this kind of event. Oh, I know, a party. You had a party.
You had a party.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
But my sister-in-law said I should have still paid for the cupcakes as she accepted it was her fault and offered to remake them for me. Wait, is this just...
Shut up, sister-in-law. You're wrong.
Was it the sister-in-law that made it?
No.
Oh, it's just the way I read it. Yeah, the sister-in-law said I should have still paid for the cupcakes as she accepted it was her fault and offered to remake them for me. No.
Yeah, but not in time.
No. I personally don't think I should have had to pay for them, but now I'm feeling slightly guilty as I understand it's a small business with a big dog and a loss of profit would affect her a lot harder than a larger business that has nothing to do with it.
No.
That is irrelevant.
No.
Like many of your sentences in this Am I the Arsehole. It is superfluous.
The ingredients for a batch of cupcakes is not so great that it's going to bankrupt her.
No.
And the dog probably ate the cakes anyway, so
Right.
they didn't go to waste.
It's like she had to buy ingredients for the cakes and the cost of the eggs. Eggs, flour,
Water,
milk,
sugar.
and icing. This shit is not breaking the bank.
No.
Fuck me, you could have done it yourself.
Also, it's her fucking job. She probably buys it in batch.
It's so easy to do. So easy, I reckon I could do it. Yes, I reckon
Bake a cake.
Well, I mean, the most tricky part of this, presumably, is inserting the colour into the centre. But surely you just get...
Oh, no, that's easy. I've seen Karis do it. You just, like, cut a hole in the top of the cupcake, fill it, put the thing back on, and then put icing over the top.
Oh, okay.
Job done.
I wondered if you could insert it like this. Do you see what I'm doing, everybody?
Playing the world's smallest violin.
Doesn't look right. Like a syringe. Like a cake syringe.
It's got...
Sugar.
Oh, yeah, butter.
Butter. Flour. Sugar. Amazing, 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 amazing. They're doing a film of that. Waitress, that is. Sorry, I'm getting into it. How many cakes do you get for 25? She was getting 12.
12 cakes for £25. That's a racket.
Yeah, that is a fucking racket.
That is a racket,
That's
man.
a racket.
Like, that's more than £2 a cake.
Blue is not a great colour for a cake. Yeah. Do you know what? I just feel... Anyway, am I the arsehole?
No. Actually.
No!
No.
I don't believe the sister's like, oh, I think... You know, we were talking about, before we went on air, as it were, I was talking about people who love to play devil's advocate when you just want someone to agree with you. It's like, oh, this guy cut me up and he was doing all this stuff and I was so pissed off. Do you know what I mean? And the other person goes
It's not
like...
even when you want people to agree with you. You just want people to be reasonable and actually use their fucking brain before they talk.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I don't want someone to be saying, well, technically you should still pay. Why? I didn't receive it.
Didn't get anything.
If I
It's like going into McDonald's, ordering a triple cheeseburger, and just at the moment they're about to give you the triple cheeseburger, they go
yeah,
and throw it over their shoulder.
And they go,
"It's $3.29, please."
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
This woman, I'd be just like, if the sister-in-law thought that, I'd wait until she bought something, smash it out of her hand, and then be like, kind of the money then. And she'll be like, oh, but that doesn't work. And it's like, QED, motherfucker, now fuck off. But, you know. I did not expect to have a waitress call back on DGMS Live. Also, she makes pies, not cakes. Technically, I think she makes pies, not cakes. He is
now,
correct.
a gender reveal pie. Now you have my attention.
More than £2 a cake. How are you meant to react to a gender reveal anyway? There's only going to be two choices and neither a big surprise. Yeah, do you know what?
It's all a bit binary.
I have to say, what I will say is that, I mean, I don't want to have kids and I don't really give a fuck about kids. So, like, if you tell me you're having a kid, I'll probably just say something like, hey, that's great. Congratulations. But these words are small talk because it's not like I'm not happy for you, but I just don't really care. So if I went round and I'm like, so what's the gender? They go, it's a boy. I'll be like, great, I guess. Right, so what? You know, I can hear a little yappy dog.
It's right outside your door, it sounds like.
It sounds like it's right outside the door. It's coming to get the cakes. Yeah, I don't know what the point of a gender reveal... Either than that, the gender reveal party seems like an excuse to have a party before your baby shower.
Yeah.
For a second party. I think what would be
No, fuck this. The transgender community need to reclaim the gender reveal party. Or just claim the gender reveal party as your like coming out, your announcement that you have decided your gender or you're changing gender or whatever. Just that's when the party comes.
Yeah. What I would like to do if I was taking the piss out of this,
And then you put the dogs in the back room, and then you go get the cakes.
is, I think I was saying this the other day, I'd like to have a gender reveal, save the date reveal. So basically, I invite you all around to my
That's
house.
a decent idea.
And then you open up the cake, and it says
There's the date.
it says the 3rd of May.
You're like, fuck, I'm busy that day, but I'm going to eat your cake.
And you eat the cake, and then on the 3rd of May, you come round for the gender reveal. So, like, every time you just have lots of different reveals.
Fuck gender reveals. Just have reveals for literally everything else. Much better idea. Much better idea. Oh my God. Dom, what are you doing? So we can't assume that they were easy to make because we don't know how good they were. You can buy cupcakes for £50 and also for £8 plus each.
I mean, that's true.
But for the bakery person, it's not about the cost per se. It's about about setting a precedent that customers can refuse to pay. It's not a hill she should die on, but business is hard and people are bad at it.
I mean,
yes. I mean, I very loosely agree with your point, but also it is very clear that nobody should be paying for shit that has been scattered on the floor because of your own poor pet management.
Dog or not, if she tripped up and dropped them everywhere, it's like, I haven't got them. I can't give you any money for this. Yeah. And surely that person would be so mortified. They'd be like, obviously you don't have to pay for this. I'll sort this out.
Yeah. If this girl had tripped up on the path on the way out and scattered the cupcakes everywhere,
that's fine.
She'd have already paid, I assume. So tough shit, motherfucker.
Here's the thing, right? It's for Saturday. They're coming over on Saturday. It's Friday evening. Whip them up, bring them over Saturday. I say, I'm so sorry. I'll get on with it now. I'm going to do 12 more. I will bring that round to you tomorrow morning, and they'll be ready for the afternoon for your party. And that's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Case fucking closed.
Yeah, and that was where my point of they're easy to make comes in, was the fact that she was like, I can get you more cakes in 2 days. I'm like, no, I don't care how good your cakes are. They don't take fucking 2 days to do. I understand you might have a busy schedule, but if you have a busy schedule of making a shitload of cupcakes, then you can't be offended at one person not paying for one batch of cakes. You've got plenty of business.
The actual whipping up of you pour the stuff in, you put it into the food processor, it whips it up, it processes it, then you dollop them into things and put them in the oven, and that process is fixed as a standard concept.
Yeah.
The icing might take a little.
The decoration and the embellishments may take a bit longer. But no, the only reason that she couldn't have done this is because she has loads of other orders.
This takes an hour.
Things to get done.
At which point, if you fuck something up, somebody else again, I don't know.
Yeah.
But suffice to say,
either you've got so much business you can afford to take the loss, or you've got enough time that you can make more. You can't have it both ways.
What I would say is, largely we picked this because it was gender reveals, which was bullshit, and dogs doing stupid dog stuff, which is funny. So that's why we picked it, because it was a double whammy of dog and cake.
Yeah. Would you like to reread the question so we can be very clear about what we're answering?
Am I the arsehole for refusing to pay for my gender reveal cupcakes?
Right. Then what do you think?
I think I was reading what Don was saying. What I think is that she is not the asshole. She didn't have time because she had to take the dog for a long walk.
Right.
To walk off all the dogs, walk off all the cakes they had eaten. I could make you 12 colourful cupcakes by tomorrow, but I won't. Fuck off. Tamsin, if there is not a cupcake on my doorstep tomorrow, I will be unhappy.
I will write to your manager.
I'll write to you a strongly worded letter and reveal it in a cake.
Oh, I've got a cake. I've got a cake right here. What does it say? Fuck you. Fuck